Shri Krishna. So today we are going to see the nakshatra Chitra. Chitra nakshatra is the 14th nakshatra. So we know that 14 also means architecture, because 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 in numerology is Mercury, and Mercury is related to intelligent architecture. So Chitra nakshatra is ruled by Mars and has an influence on Mercury also. Mercury and Mars. Mars is the energy of the self and the energy of aggression, whereas Mercury is articulate and the energy of expression, intelligence and power of mind, and all different kinds of attributes of physical and mental will be explained here. In Chitra nakshatra, the Devata is Vishwakarma, it is a Rakshasa and a Kama. So also the symbol of Chitra nakshatra is a pearl. It is symbolized by a female tiger. So this is the 14th nakshatra, so 27 nakshatras which are Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Grishira, Ardha, Punarvasu, Pushya, Aklesha, Makha, Pupa, Uttara, Hasta, Chitta, Swati, Vishaka, Trisha, Mula, Purushada, Uttarashada, Shravana, Dhanishta, Shadvisha, Pura, Bhadra, Uttarabhadra and Revati. So these are the 27 nakshatras, of which Chitra is the 14th nakshatra. The 14th nakshatra Chitra is totally predominated by the guna Tamas. Tamas is the guna of ignorance, darkness and ego. Chitra people are entirely obsessed with ego sometimes, but first let's see the qualities of this nakshatra. People born in Chitra nakshatra are generally very they are powerful in whatever they say. They are really strong people and they can be very good for military services. So they can be good political police or police detectives or army. They can work as a soldier or a detective, etc. Or also these people are very powerful in fighting for different reasons. Chitra nakshatra people are symbolized by the female tiger. The female tiger fights till it dies and gets the meat for its children. That's the power of Chitra nakshatra. These people have such a strong, powerful nature that they are good planners, because a part of Chitra resides in Virgo, and they enjoy a lot. They love to keep having happiness, and along with that they are very aggressive people sometimes. This nakshatra is good for males but not that good for females, because Chitra females are generally too aggressive, and that's not correct when marriage matching happens. So Chitra males are perfect because all the qualities of Chitra come into them, and that is correct for a male but not for the female, so it's inauspicious for the female. These people in Chitra nakshatra they like to make themselves look very nice. So they actually this nakshatra is signified by a variegated color, not white, yellow, blue or orange or green. This is a variegated color, that means all different kinds of colors. They like looking beautiful most of the time, especially when Chitra gets into Tula. So when it's inside Tula Rashi, these people like to express themselves entirely as beautiful, and also they like to show their attributes as a very show-off person. So they show off a lot about their family, of their cars, of their house, etc. So Chitra people are like that. In fact, Adolf Hitler had his ascendant in Chitra, so that made him get ego. So ego is the main thing that drives people to madness. So ego, what's ego? Ego just means one thing, that is edging God out. E equals edging, G equals God, and O equals out. Ego is nothing but edging God out. That's it. So that's what these people do. They just have too much ego, and because of that tamas guna comes too much in them, and then they get off their tracks to a violent track. So that's why we see most of these people are not really kind of spiritual. They are in ignorance, but this again depends on the position of Jupiter and Saturn. So Chitra people are generally very creative. That is because the Adhipa of this nakshatra is both Mars, and the Rashi Adhipa is Mercury. So Mars and Mercury makes a person really creative. Especially these people are involved in research subjects. If it is soft work or in hard work, they are really good soldiers and actually civil planners and also powerful detectives which detect a lot about society, etc. So that's about Chitra. They come in TV, they like to do TV work, film work, etc. because again Chitra is the variegated, it's the beautiful, and it is the multicolored, and it is a nakshatra of TV industry. So these people are really egoistic at times, and that has to be reduced in Chitra people, because especially when moon comes into Chitra, the influence of Mars comes in, and along with that the influence of Mercury comes in. This nakshatra is generally regarded as an auspicious nakshatra more than being inauspicious. Mrigashira and Dhanishta have Vedha to Chitra. So if a person is born in Mrigashira, the Vedha is from Chitta and Dhanishta. If a person is born in Dhanishta, the Vedha is from Mrigashira and Chitta. Like this we have Vedhas, it's called Paraspara Vedha system. And in the same way, this particular nakshatra has Rakshasa Kama tendency. That means they are really obstinate to do what they want to. And Chitra nakshatra being ruled by Vishwakarma, the celestial architect, they have real creative energy inside them. So we know that Twashtra or Vishwakarma was the celestial architect with lots of divine and spiritual powers of creating the universe. So Twashtra or Vishwakarma is generally signified as Brahma also. But Twashtra or Vishwakarma is they actually created the Lanka for Ravana at the time when it was in Sri Lanka in Treta Yuga, before the Treta Yuga. So Vishwakarma is a celestial architect. He had created the place for gods, the places for demons in Sri Lanka, and he had created the entire universe. So actually nobody can compete with him in creativity. He is the lord of the nakshatra Chitra. Chitra is a Kama nakshatra. So Kama means they want to express their feelings of enjoyment. That is Chitra. Chitra people are very aggressive, and also they want to finish what they want to at the core. So Chitra is called Spika in Western astrology, and this is a celestial gift to humanity, as we would say, because this is also the abode of Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is a celestial architect. He is also shown as Twashtra or the artificer. Again, Chitra nakshatra comes in 23 degrees 20 minutes of Virgo, which says till 6 degrees 40 minutes of Libra. So in this particular nakshatra, the significance of a pearl or an oyster is shown. There's so many auspicious things in this nakshatra, but the only problem with these people are they are too egoistic, and that makes them a hindrance to spiritual development. So these people are Rakshasic, Kama, desire, Rakshasa, which is a Tamoguna. So totally we can see these people are tamas, totally they are full of tamas. So the parihara of all of these things is, first change your character of being. Like sometimes these Chitra people are generally, they feel that they are something that they might not be at earlier stages, and this gives a hindrance to the development of becoming what they want to. That is called tamas. That means a room is shut. The people in Chitra believe that the room is the world, and they excel in moving around the room, but they do not know what is outside the room. That's the problem. It's egoism. So we have to change this to humility. Egoism should be transferred to humility, because egoism is dangerous and humility opens the door for spiritual development. Ego shuts the door, because then we become envious of the Supreme Lord. Because the Supreme Lord is the Supreme. We cannot claim ourselves to be equal to Him or more powerful than Him. No God, no universe can do that. But the problem is that Chitra people generally have a feeling that the world is something else, and they do not have that much spirituality of them. The religious feeling in them is starting to get eradicated. because in this nakshatra the significance of spirituality is very less. So start moving yourself to spirituality. I know for Chitra people it's somewhat difficult, but still move yourself into spirituality. Again, it's not that you might give examples of Chitra people being great spiritual people, but that again depends on the constellations, the aspects, the conjunctions of Jupiter and Saturn, the spiritual planets. So let's see the effects of each pada of Chitra nakshatra. Chitra nakshatra we know is a very creative nakshatra, but sometimes the pada differ in the predictions. Chitra nakshatra pada 1 goes to Simha Navamsha. So since Sun is the ruler, again Sun's political attributes and the powerful nature of the Sun comes into picture. They have the energy to work day and night to finish their task. That is again sculpture. They are good at sculpture. They can be good sculptors, and also they have the energy to do work day and night, and plus they can be good warriors. The perfect warlike tendency comes in here, but again Mars and Sun position should be good. And if Buddha is good, then they can be really good war planners. They can sketch a war plan in just a few minutes with a stick in the dirt. So also these people are gifted with the art of word and conversation, because Chitra nakshatra pada 1 goes to Simha, whereas it's already there in Virgo, and since it's in Virgo, the Virgo Rashi is very calm and sweet and smiling, attractive nature of Virgo comes into picture. When this nature comes into picture, these people become more into talking and eloquent in speech. They are like that, and then they get into that thing. So they talk a lot, they chat a lot, and that can last for hours. They can make easy friends, and people not that jealous of them, because they nullify the jealousy of others. Now Chitra nakshatra pada 2. This again comes to Kanya. So it comes to Kanya in the Navamsha of Kanya. So they are very intelligent people, because again Kanya is ruled by Mercury. So they are extremely intelligent people. They are very educated, because again Chitra nakshatra is coming in Virgo, and again if it comes the Navamsha also in Virgo, that is pada 2, the Chitra characteristics of planning, intelligence will come into picture there. Again, this depends on the constitution of Buddha and Kuja. So these people can be best PhD people, lawyers and doctors, but again because of Mars, they get into stupid ways of becoming a doctor. Again, I never advise being a crazy doctor. For example, nowadays doing surgery like the way of, you have a problem with that part, just cut it off. You have a problem in your nose, you're not able to breathe, I think you're having a cold, just cut your nose off. Like this, that's how they behave. So reduce the passion inside yourself to do something which is bad, because sometimes bad things in Kali Yuga give you more profit, give you more expansion, and give you more things. Sometimes Kali attracts you with all of these things, but again we have our humane desire. Chitra nakshatra people are close to this humane desire, so they get inside those bad things. So stop that, because that might make you become a crazy doctor. Like in modern days we have these doctors who give bad medicines etc. just to get money. Even when they know that it's bad, they still continue doing it. So lawyers do the same way. They are actually Chitra. Jai Shri Krishna. So actually the video got off because the battery was exhausted, but not me. And now we shall get back to Chitra nakshatra pada vishleshana. So that is Chitra nakshatra pada 2. So we know that we saw that Chitra nakshatra pada 2 people are very ambitious, intelligent. Ambitious, I said, because of Mars influence, of course, throughout the nakshatra. Of the padas, again Mercury comes fully into picture, because the Navamsha pada also gets inside that, and the Lord of the Rashi is also the same. Also, the best PhD doctors and lawyers etc. are born in Chitra nakshatra pada 2. Due to Mars So Mars has an aggressive nature which makes these people really great lawyers, because Mars aggressive nature and dharma and religiosity and not having dharma and religiosity, but that law perspective and saying that you have to get this, that comes from Mars. Mercury says that the intelligence of perceiving the difficulties of the particular person which is involved in the court case. These people make great lawyers. So now we shall go to Chitra Nakshatra Pada 3. Chitra Nakshatra Pada 3 people are totally irreligious. That means they do not like religiosity, they are away from it, and they do not believe in the Shodasha Samskaras of our Hindu system. So in our Hinduism, we have 16 Samskaras, 4 Purusharthas, our Vedas, our Shastras, Jnana, Karma and Bhakti as important factors. But since these people do not believe in that, mostly they do not like all of these things, they feel the new age religion of all kinds of irreligious things, that is not believing in anything, nothingness, and all of these things are belonging to the Kali Yuga religion, and that is not religion. Only the things. Idol worship is not wrong, it is correct, as there are many proofs to say idol worship brings bhakti. Idol worship takes you to the moksha. Idol worship also brings in lots of different kinds of mantric and tantric things for you to learn, and idol worship is extremely good. So they don't believe in all of this, they have their own mentality, they have their thing of changing the world in social circles. Especially if this nakshatra lord and Venus is exalted, this thing will go haphazard. Rahu should also be with Venus, then they will be social reformers in the negative side. In modern day, social reformers is nothing but destroying religion. So Chitra Nakshatra Pada 4 comes to Navamsha of Vrishchika. And one more thing for Chitra Nakshatra Pada 3 people. Please start becoming religious, study the Vedas, Shastras and the Shat Shastras, and also the 16 Samskaras, the 4 Arthas, Purusharthas. Bring all of this into your life and this irreligiosity will go away from you. So Chitra Nakshatra Pada 4 is in the Navamsha of Vrishchika, and this particular pada reveals the supreme tendency of these people to be extremely creative and wonderful. So actually in the Navamsha of Vrishchika, this shows the mysterious and wonderful side of Chitra Nakshatra. That is, these people are great researchers and warriors, especially hackers, etc. They can be good at that. Actually also this brings out the detective way, because Vrishchika and Aries. Let's compare Mesha and Vrishchika. Mesha gives you the feeling of straightward. Vrishchika gives backward. So that's what Vrishchika says. It's very important to know about this, because in war people, we see that Aries people are more brave than Vrishchika people, because Vrishchika people are more intelligent in that way, but they like to go backwards. So also people born in Chitra Nakshatra Pada 4 are very magical, and they are great teachers, researchers, archaeologists and educators, etc. And they are very knowledgeable about this entire world. They know a lot about the world, and they are supremely knowledgeable. So also, because this belongs to Mars, so there are 2 padas which are very significant. There are 3 padas in this nakshatra which are very significant. One is Chitra Nakshatra Pada 2, Chitra Nakshatra Pada 3 and Pada 4. The first one goes to Simha, but the last 3 are very related to the Rashis, since this is a Dvipada Nakshatra. Also in the Navamsha of Vrishchika, this is a mysterious and very magical side of Chitra nakshatra. So they can become great traveling guides. At the same time, they can also be great artists. So like that, Libra is a sign of design, beauty, etc. But Vrishika is the sign of full mysterious, magical, teaching, war, etc. So Libra and Vrishika come together in this because Pada 3 and Pada 4 reside in Libra, and the rest come into so being a Dvipada nakshatra, the first two padas come in Kanya, second two padas come in Tula. Pada 3 and Pada 4 come in Tula, and out of that Pada 4 Navamsha goes to Vrishika. So Tula and Vrishika, Mars and Venus qualities comes into this person. So they design a lot, they are beauty artists, and also they are very great knowledgeable people. So we have seen a lot about this nakshatra Chitra. So Chitra nakshatra also rules God consciousness. There are many ways to acquire God consciousness. One of these ways is going through the tamasic way. Going through the tamasic ways is very difficult. You have to come from tamasic to rajasic, from rajasic to sattvic, and from sattvic you have to climb above these gunas. From the gunas you have to go to bhakti, jnana and karma. From karma you have to go to jnana, from jnana to bhakti, and from bhakti to all the four purusharthas, and then moksha comes. This is a long way. Whereas from sattva, if we see sattva, karma, jnana, bhakti, it's easy to go to bhakti very fast, and from bhakti to moksha. From tamasic way it's very slow. So Chitra rules that kind of God consciousness. These people go all around the universe to search for one truth, struggle thinking what is God, nothingness or the idol, which is the Supreme Lord actually. They don't know about it, so they are like, they quit religiosity sometimes. That happens with them. So Chitra Nakshatra people enhance these material characteristics that you have and improve the spiritual characteristics from its very low state in this world. So that's what I would say for Chitra Nakshatra. The sacred tree for Chitra Nakshatra is Eagle Marmelos, that is the Bilva tree. And I made a video on the Bilva tree also. So this is the Eagle Marmelos tree. It can do many different kinds of good things. And now let's see a few more details about Chitra Nakshatra. It is a Rakshasic Swabhava, Kama, and along with that the direction is west. Pe, Po, Ra and Ri are the sounds for this, and Tamas is the quality, and Tvashtru or Vishwakarma is a deity. Its symbol is the pearl. So Adolf Hitler, JFK, etc. have Chitra on the ascendant. So that's why these people have very, very strong ego. They cannot accept what is spirituality. They are in the realm of ignorance. They succeed in the dark box, but they do not know what is the light box. So there are people, for an easy example about Chitra, I would say this is a very dark room, and outside is full of light, bliss, and trees, fruits, everything outside. And inside the dark room, there are many ants, animals, and humans. The ants and animals do not know what to do, whereas the humans have a little idea of what to do, whereas very intelligent humans are able to switch on their torch and see around the black room. They feel they are very great because he was able to have a torch and switch it on. But they do not know that this torch is not only the thing in the world. This black room, this exploring the black room is not about the world. We have to open the door. That they don't realize. Opening the door, what is outside, tamasic people do not realize. Though some tamasic people can know what is there inside the black room, they never get to reality what is there outside the black room. So try to get to this, because that is moksha. That is going towards the Lord, and that is what we call as bhakti also. So therefore we have finished a few qualities of this, and now Chitra on the ascendant gives a person strong ego, engaged in a variety of pursuits, wealthy, and these people live away from their birthplace. They are generally not living in their birthplace, and also uh, they are just recognized in even a large crowd. If moon is in Chitra, again this all can't just be very easily interpreted, because first of all we have to have the moon placed well. There should be good aspects to the moon, good conjunctions to the moon, and moreover the moon is Nichabhilashi when it comes here. So again there might be a few problems, but still it is in a good place. Again, if there is Jupiter who is seeing the moon from there, for example Jupiter contact from Pisces to here, that's a good thing. Or Venus, anything, Venus in Pisces is exactly, if it aspects moon in Kanya Rashi, it's good. When it comes to Tula, Jupiter in Aries or Venus in Aries does not give that much good effect, but that's also okay. So that makes a person recognized in a large crowd. It's not that somebody just born in Chitra Nakshatra might be in a day of Chitra Nakshatra will be recognized, because there might be people who are even beggars born in different kinds of nakshatras. That again depends on planetary conjunctions and their previous birth karmas, which are shown in the horoscope. Again, trouble with father of people with Chitra Nakshatra, but benefits through mother. And difficulties in marriage for women in Chitra Nakshatra. We already saw that Chitra Nakshatra is inauspicious for females. Good for astrologers, intuitive and prophetic. Sun in Chitra, warrior nature and militant people. Cunning, harsh at times, and interest in art, photography and music. Strong need for recognition. So we have seen about Chitra Nakshatra, the qualities of ascendant, moon and sun in Chitra, the normal qualities of Chitra and details of Chitra and the things Chitra people must do, the symbols for Chitra, etc. So thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.